Hey guys, how's it going? I just got done with my Bible study for my students that were 6th or 12th grade, and here is what we talked about. We talked about Romans chapter 8, verses 5 through 11. Now, I'm going to read you verse 11 at the end of it, because that's really, if there's one Bible verse I want us to focus on this video, it's that Bible verse. So I'll share that in a minute. But if you look down through 5 and 10, there's almost a list I made because I like making lists. That's kind of my thing. About the flesh, which is sin, and the spirit, which could be godly things, which the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, however you want to put it. So flesh, sin, the spirit, godly things. And here's a list from verse 5 through 10 that I made that relates to the flesh. Death, hostility. That's also in James 4:4 at the end of it, where it says, whosoever wants to be a part of this world's friend becomes God's enemy at the end of that. Doesn't submit to God's law, can't please God, body is dead because of sin. So all that is because of the flesh, because of the spirit. Life and peace. Spirit of God lives inside of you, and we're going to discuss that in a minute. Life because of righteousness. So as you can tell, there's not a lot to the list about the spirit I made here, but there's a lot to the flesh, a lot of cautions of dealing with sin and dealing with flesh. So I want to read you verse 11 in Romans chapter 8. For if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you, then he who raised Christ from the dead will also bring your mortal bodies to life. His spirit who lives in you. Jeremy Camp has a famous song, and you can Google it and probably find it. You can YouTube it. The same power that lives within us Christians, the Holy Spirit, raised Jesus from the dead. And verse 11 really shows that. So what we see here is living in the Spirit, living with God, living because of God, living for godly things is an advantage. Living in the flesh, living in sin, we can't please God. We don't want to submit to His law. It brings hostility and death. Let me read you the end of James 4:4 one more time. So whoever wants to be the world's friend becomes God's enemy. Guys, thank you for your time. I hope to see y'all next week. Throughout my videos, I'm going to do in-person hangouts on Wednesday. If you want to come to one of those, you let me know, and we can meet up and I can talk. Hey, if you're just a casual viewer of my videos, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Reach out to me. We can meet at a coffee shop if you live close to Hedgesville, West Virginia, Martinsburg, Hagerstown, Maryland. If you live around that area, we can fix something up. Alright guys, we can meet and we can talk, and we can have a cup of coffee, or you can have coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I can take a Diet Coke. I'm good. Alright? Hey, thank you for your time. Appreciate y'all. Look for my stuff on my social media for next week's schedule. Later guys.